So we're going to move on to our next speaker. Thank you, everybody. Wow, we're off to an amazing start, Synergizing for Change. And our next speaker, really building on these themes of humanity's sacred mission, implementation, synergizing for change, really as somebody who covers all of these spaces. Linda Bjork leads the Inner Business Institute. She's the founder of Mindfulness Intelligence and the author of the popular leadership book, Inner Business, Training Your Mind for Leadership Success. Known as a dynamic and transformational speaker, Linda frequently gives lectures and workshops at various organizations, and keynotes, conferences, and educational seminars. Although high performance, creativity, profitability, well-being, and collaboration were important staples of Linda Bjork's success as a leader during her 10 years as a CEO, the interest for evolving human potential in a broader way took over. In 2014, Linda started focusing all of her energy on deeply understanding and developing tools to help leaders and teams become the type of leaders the future demands of us. Clients get to connect with their inner strength, utilize the genius of their whole minds, and finally live up to their full potential individually as team members and leaders. What that bio doesn't say is that Linda's also an interfaith minister and one of these incredible Renaissance people that are showing up on the planet and doing amazing things. And so great, sister, to have you here with us. Welcome, Linda Bjork, to the symposium.
It's so great to be here with you, brother. I am absolutely delighted. And yeah, the humanity's sacred mission, those three words I have lived with for a bit since since I was asked to speak into them. And I've been pondering, and recently I met someone for the first time. All right, in all transparency, it was a date. and I said to this person that these are some of the things that I hold sacred. And so this Wall Street guy, he was just like, "What do you mean sacred?" And I was just like, "What do you mean? What do I mean sacred?" Like something I revere. He was like, "Oh, like something that's important to you." Well, yes, important to me, but also important to my higher self and to universal consciousness and to God. And him being a very curious person, he asked, and how do you know what's important to God? I was just like, oh my God, that is such a fabulous question. And taking that in here, how do we know what's sacred? And I'm so glad that I'm surrounded by this awesome wisdom, and it's such an honor to be here with everyone. So many wonderful faces that I enjoy seeing regularly. And we're here exploring the sacred together, the unnameable. But we are also reminded that we do that from a limited human consciousness. And the emphasis then will be on humanity and the big human embrace of it all, because honestly, that's all we know, in a way, probably. So I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't trust our own sense of the sacred or of God or unity, but we just need to be clear that we're exploring humanity's sacred mission as humans, feeling what we sometimes call an evolutionary pull or feel part of a cosmic dance. So if you're actually one of the people that don't know if your mission is sacred and you have a hard time placing the sacredness of it all, you might feel left out or overwhelmed. Don't worry. We're probably crazy, all of us anyway, and we wouldn't know because crazy people don't know we're crazy. So I'm here to remind us in all of this profundity that when we have a mission, let's do it lightly. And in the process, let's practice not taking ourselves too seriously. Let's get into the dance and the play of it. And also, let's look at being inspired by unexpected people and find resonance in surprising places. So on a day-to-day basis, as you heard, I run the Inner Business Institute, and we're working with elevating self-awareness, situational awareness, whole world awareness, racing human consciousness and expanding mind skills in the business world. And I'm constantly surprised at how much the spiritual world and the business world can learn from each other. And business, for one, is great at mobilizing for change. And here we are talking about humanity's sacred mission and synergizing for change. So if we're moving from mobilizing for change to synergizing for change, we're not just coming together to do things on a timeline towards a new goal, right? We're literally seeking to come together so that the effect of change is much greater than the sum of our separate effects. In physics terms, we're seeking constructive interference, two of my words, which means that the vibrational waves we emanate match the waves of people we're engaging with. And our wave then, the amplitude of our waves actually doubles. That's the constructive interference. And that is creating a much higher wave than the two separate ones. It is different than what we started off with as two separate waves. And since we all are really nothing but waves, our feelings, our thoughts, brain, heart, our real action point is actually to mind our waves. If we had all day, we could go through how to specifically impact our electromagnetic reality and just make super waves with other superstars. But let's just cut to the chase. What I've learned in the past 25 years in leadership is that most of these big and complex things come back to the simplicity and the beauty of being human. And maybe that's the only sacred mission I can fully understand and get behind, which is that we become exceedingly abundantly great at humaning. Because then our tangible actions as leaders, really no matter what we're up to, no matter what mission and what we call our mission, need to be specifically guided by three concepts. And the first one is to heal. We need to heal and regulate our nervous systems as humans so we humanly get great at taking authentic action instead of reacting with old programming. And until we heal, we can't stand any inner pain and will continue the transference of pain through painful action towards others. Or we suppress the pain and then we harm ourselves. But as we heal, we learn to deal with pain enough so that we can transmute it, we can learn from it, and we can grow as humans, and we don't keep passing it on. And the second principle after heal becomes love. And so many people have spoken beautifully into the heart already. And I may not know what constitutes the sacred for humanity, but I know love. And I know you know love. I am love and you are love. And we know that we can't lead people if we don't love people. We can't lead a project if we don't love the project. So love actually becomes our specific action, which very often will make itself known as kindness. And the third principle then is to lead. And leadership is this beautiful art form of orchestrating energy. And we need to learn how to read and lead our own energy and learn how to run constructive interference with the ones around us, so that we can synergize what is in our hearts. And so healing and loving and leading are specifically what I teach leaders and managers around the world. And this is what I call mindfulness intelligence. And we teach leaders to be fully human, first and foremost, self-awareness through both science and spirituality. And then in wholeness, they can step into an energy-aware space of being superhuman and impacting evolution of consciousness. And who knows, our efforts may even send a ripple beyond the confines of human consciousness. And Heal, Love, Lead will also be the name of my next book. It's coming out next winter. And as a call to action, I want to let you know that I do run an evolutionary project called The Becoming of Business, where I explore evolutionary ramifications of business decisions with leaders and experts, ranging from evolutionary biologists, FBI executives, other military folks, C-suite business folks, spiritual leaders. And what we do when we come together in dialogue between me and the guests is that we look at the world in their view right now, where evolution is heading, if we do little or nothing to change, and we'll look at my guests' vision for a future that they feel excited about. And then we discuss action steps to take to change that trajectory of their vision. And some of the evolutionary leaders who have been part of the Becoming of Business so far are Jude Currivan and Ben Bowler and Kurt Johnson and so many more. And we're going to have new Bob dialogues. I call it Bob Becoming of Business, coming out at the end of Q1 2024. Please let me know. Email me at linda@bjorkbusiness.com if you have ideas for great leaders. First, you can check out what we're doing at thebecomingofbusiness.com and also see more of the work I'm doing at lindabjork.org. So with that, I just want to be here and tell you to stay weird and spacious and keep healing and loving and leading. And I hope to see you, so much more of you, very, very soon. Much love, everyone.
Thank you so much, Linda Bjork. Thank you for the beautiful work you're doing, bringing healing, loving, and leading into the world of business. And
thank you so much, Reverend Deborah. Thank you.
How much synergizing for change can come out of that. And I salute you as a fellow interfaith minister as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. And it's an honor to have you as well in the Evolutionary Leaders Circle.
Remember what brought you here in the first place. You were born to uplift and help others in their time of need. What you do and think and feel matters more than you'll ever know.
Have mercy. Please be kind to yourself. We are, after all, just human. That's good enough.
What's needed is your presence, your love, your caring, all these things that you might think are not enough are exactly what is needed.
Do all the good that you can.